Hello, and a very warm welcome to the Insider Essay, your guide to living better. Join us today as we open up to creating a legacy with Chef Katlego Mlambo's Jozi Jazz Club menu putting new African cuisine on the world map. Painter Lady Skollie proves that art can be your bread and butter. Singer-songwriter Tamara Dey's best gift to her daughter Lalabella is the music. How does anyone get 5.9 million TikTok followers? Top content creator Karl Kugelmann shows it's about just getting out and doing it. To entertainer Emo Adams, his father and grandfather's style is the inspiration to a show-stopping new brand of suits with designer Brandon Van der Vyver. Wearing a link of Robben Island fence represents the triumph of hope over history. And helping young girls to live better and not miss school is a legacy which Deborah Botolo is proud her own daughters can be a part of. When artist Laura Windvogel, aka Lady Skollie, won a major art prize last year, she was proud to have done it. She says she's never fitted in, dropped out of art school, and only got professional representation in this country at the age of 31. The prize is now validation of the path she's chosen.
Scully is someone who has always known that she wanted to be an artist. She has never wondered about what she was going to do with her life. I think everybody around me always thought, what is Laura going to do? But I've always known that I wanted to be an artist.
Even the most supportive of parents may worry about art as a career, and this was the case with Laura.
I also think that as a person of color, sometimes it gets confusing because your parents only want the best for you, and often you'll think it's sabotage. They're trying to sabotage you or tell you to not do something that you really want to do. But I think it's also just a way of them protecting you. You know, my parents just wanted to make sure that I was fine. And in my young years, there were people that were not making money from art. But now, currently, people are living, and I'm living. And now I'm in a position where I'm represented, and I'm able to just live every day as an artist, which is all I've ever wanted.
While she now calls Joburg home, when she was at school in Cape Town, she enjoyed nothing more than soaking up the city's culture.
Long Street is where I learned to really be an independent person. I would go to school in the southern suburbs, stay in school, kids, but I did bunk. And I would take the train when it was still safe to take the train, and I'll just come and, explore Cape Town. And I think that this place was one of those places that after work I would just come here and have a little plate. I never knew what Ethiopian food was like. So whenever I came here, it really felt like I was immersed and like I was in a place I'd never been before. I think my greatest achievements in my life would definitely be the fact that often I applied myself to things knowing that that's all I wanted. So I didn't ever give myself safety nets because it was like, if I don't get it, I'm not gonna go there. But I think my greatest achievement is just being what I've always wanted to be, which is be an artist and not try to indulge other things too much. Because sometimes you indulge other things and you get taken away from the thing you're supposed to do. So I say for sticking with what I believe in.
Which saw her commissioned to design a new coin marking 25 years of democracy.
Being approached to do the 500 coin was interesting because I had gone in 2011. I'd never been overseas before, and I made my little plans and I was like, I'm going overseas. Went there, got to Prague, and there was an actual exhibition of Salvador Dali and Alfonso Mucha. And in his living life, Alfonso Mucha had designed paper money. And I remember looking at the exhibition, and I think I was about 24, and I thought, wow, I never even thought of the fact that money is also an art form. And then fast forward 8 years and someone messages me and they say, don't you want to just apply for this thing? And I do. And then not only did I get it, I got an additional one, which was like the circulation coin.
The prices her work now commands reflect the respect it has earned, and it's at exhibitions that her profile and art sales continue to grow.
So for this art fair, many works before, I always reference the snake I think in South African folklore, the snake gets such a bad rep, but it's really an animal that also symbolizes renewal. In this case, I kind of reference snakes and ladders a lot. And I think people forget that snakes and ladders was something that children played to talk about morality and talk about what is a good choice or what is a bad choice, and your bad choice will make so that the snake swallows you and you go down, and your good choice will advance you up on the ladder. But we live in a world that proves every day that the ladder is not always a ladder. Sometimes the ladder is made out of snakes, and sometimes the snakes are actually not such bad people that kind of help you and coil you up to a place.
While Scully describes her art as being hard, fast and now, her legacy is set to be an enduring one.
What I'd like to be remembered for is that I helped a whole bunch of younger brown women to feel that they can also be represented within this world that seems so unattainable, and it seems so confusing, and it seems like something you'd never be able to be in until you're actually there. I'd also want to be remembered as someone who made other people bold, and so that they can also go and do something which is actually, I mean, it's a hard world, the art world, but it's not that hard, you know? So I think that if you want to do it, you should really do it.
It's always hardest for the first ones through the barriers, and here's to the many who follow. Coming up, a legacy of family style shines through this new line of suits from Emo Adams, and Chef Katlego Mlambo fires the imaginations of the next generation. A national institution in theatre and television, Emo Adams has spent his life in eye-catching suits. Now, he and a designer friend who has dressed TV presenters, actors, singers, and radio hosts have pulled their heritage of entertainment and design into a single brand.
Hi there, Insider SA. My name is Emo Adams. This is the very talented Mr. Brandon Van der Vyver, designer.
Hi guys.
And today we are showing you our collective suit line that we are launching. I'm very excited to see.
Yeah, the most recent collaboration with myself and Emo was the new Suit Line Defy collection. And the reason behind that was also to target the old and the new. The new colors, the new materials, but just latching onto all the old elements of suits.
I would say style for me, it's very important because I got to know style with my grandfather, who used to wear armbands.
Sure.
And then with my father, who had the over-the-top lapels. There was always a sense of respect. People look at you differently when you're dressed to your worth. And so people don't understand that the language of materials and outfit and design is a lot more than just the showmanship of it.
Brendan's career draws on the Cape's famed tailored and design tradition, but it wasn't easy.
I came from the area of Mitchell's Plain. As a young boy, you do not say you want to become a designer. You know, that was seen as, boy, you don't design, and, that's for girls. And so it was a very hush thing for me. But I knew back in my mind, that is something I want to do. So I used to do everything behind the scene, teach myself to sew, teach myself, I can sew with my hand, so those are all things that I taught myself.
It is those skills which turn Emo's third-generation instinct for style into complete looks.
Okay, when it comes to the concept of buying and purchasing material, myself and Emo, we sit down and we chat and we talk about colors and flexibility of the material, what designs we're going to go for, and what's the feel that we want for the material. And that goes us to the process when we come and we always look at, just besides the colors of the material, we have to look at how flexible the materials is, especially with the custom designs that we're doing nowadays. We have to make sure the material is going to work for what we want it to work for.
I think for me, I'm very, very uneducated with colors and all of those things. So I will just give him a random brief.
Yeah.
And he is like the material whisperer. That's the title. That's the title for you.
Yeah.
Someone who knows the difference between a wardrobe suit he wears on location and a handcrafted masterpiece like this is TV star Dean Smith.
So one of the reasons why I love being dressed by Brandon is because there's this one thing that he always says whenever I step into the store. There's the thing of you should wear the suit, and it should look like it's yours. So that thing of knowing stepping out, you can feel confident because people's not going to say, where did you buy the suit? Or where did you rent the suit? It's more like, where did you get the suit made? Because it's made for you. It must fit like that. And that's the one thing that I like about Brandon, that he always makes sure that people look good, and not just look good, but also feel good.
Here we have Jaden, one of my clients, also came in for a custom suit. And one of the suits that I like, it was detailed also, is the little customized belt that we have in the side here, on both sides of the pants, which we don't work with belt loops, we just have the customized belts. So here you can see the jacket is cut much shorter. So now we lifted the jackets a bit, so the younger market can be more drawn to this type of styles of suits. Also, very versatile suit. You can wear it with a tackie, with a slipper, with a t-shirt, and it also looks good.
Wearing such tailored suits has reinforced Emo's respect for garment construction.
For stage, I think this jacket is just amazing. The box-shaped jacket has also been an old school trend, so we just brought it back in again, mixing the old school with the new school, and then we have the Defy collection.
I think whether people like it or not, there is a certain confidence that comes with custom-made suit or outfit or anything that's custom-made for you. The fact that I know this jacket is made for me allows me to walk on stage confidently. I think what makes this collection unique is the fact that we are exploring with colors, with patterns, with designs, and if you don't do that, you can't create shock and awe. Do you know what I mean? And I think because you're creating shock and awe is the reason why this works for the everyday guy who wants to make a statement out there.
As one does with architecture, they've taken classic lines and styled them to turn heads.
As you can see, we're coming to the last jacket here. It's also a nice customized shawl lapel, and we also give you some nice customized side pockets, giving you a very versatility of the jacket. So once the jacket gets opened, after coming out of your black tie event, you open your jacket, pop on a jeans, walk into Camps Bay, and your jacket is a very formal, very casual look.
In the tradition of the Madiba shirt or Laduma knitwear, these are cultural originals.
The fact that you have outfits that can be worn for any occasion, on stage, every day, and for a special event, I think that's probably why I was edging on that we get a collection of this nature, is the fact that I feel comfortable on a stage wearing this, I feel comfortable off stage, and it was important that we hit every single mark in between as well.
In an uninterrupted line from his grandfather and father to him, Emo will now pass this legacy of style on to his 4 sons. We may be witnessing the birth of a modern classic. Just walking to work at his restaurant in Jozi, Chef Katlego Mlambo knows that he is one among several young entrepreneurs whose legacy will be the regeneration of inner city culture. To the kitchen at this renowned jazz club, he brings the distinction of a man who's cooked for presidents, A-listers from Black Coffee to Beyonce, and for him, it all goes back to his gogo.
I am from a town shop called Eldorado Park. It's in the south of Johannesburg. And I grew up in a home full with a lot of amazing women. You know, I schooled there. I am umfana wasekas. Ugogo is my hero. She's my mentor. She's my anchor. She's the woman that actually was showing me the pots when I was growing up. So I've had many highlights in my life. I mean, this is when we cooked at the World Economic Forum for Cyril Ramaphosa. It was something that was truly, truly amazing and inspiring. 2021, the Morobe Club was nominated as African Restaurant of the Year. For me to add that feather to my hat means something quite special to me. I'm all about celebrating ugodla, African, but that also has a couple of international touches here or there. So I've invited some friends over, and I'm just gonna cook, because one of my love languages is to give.
Blessed with the gift of the gab, Chef now has his own food show broadcast across Africa.
So guys, welcome to my happy place, my space, my kitchen. And today I'm gonna be preparing something that's easy, yet delicious, but still has that African touch. So I'm gonna be making bread course that has brioche with the chakalaka, namasi, and a couple of things here and there just to amuse the mouth. So I'm gonna take my brioche, I'm gonna take my bone marrow, and I'm gonna pop these in the oven for about 2 to 3 minutes just to warm them up. Amas is the one thing you grew up eating. The chakalaka is the one thing I grew up eating. So you're just gonna quenelle these. So over here we've got a ginger and carrot puree. And then We've got our masi. So I'm gonna give this a good shake. I've got some curry chickpeas. You know, we love your flavor in South Africa. So we just sprinkle these just like that. So I'm gonna grab my brioche. I've got some burnt noisette, which is burnt butter. I've just grated some lemongrass for a bit of freshness. And the last, we're just adding a bit of curry oil just to tie things up. But this is, it has different textures. So it's our chakalaka with a carrot puree, a sweet corn and smoked tomato salsa, and one of my favorite breads, a buttery brioche bun.
The Jazz Club offering marks the first time that Katlego has been serving a menu that's all his.
Now let's start with the second dish. I'm gonna make a daikon and tofu salad. So over here I've got some coconut cream, and this can be my base. So I'm just gonna put just a bit of this at the bottom. I've got a smoked pineapple vinaigrette. I'm gonna grab my daikon, place it in my plate. So I've got my tofu. For me, fine dining's always been my first love. And now I've got different textures of radish. So over here I've got some chili flakes. You know, they say that you need to spice up your life. I've got a pineapple chutney. And just to finish things off, I've got some pickled nectarines. Just a bit of sweetness and a bit of tanginess. And there you have it, guys, our tofu and daikon salad. But you know what they say, the proof's in the pudding, and my friends and I will be tasting this delicious masterpiece.
This is a chef who loves being South African, taking all of our many influences with no rules or boundaries, up-flavoring humble traditional ingredients and thrilling everyone who comes through his door.
I think it's very nice having fellow brothers and fellow chefs and just having a potluck where one person cooks for the other person, where there's not that much pressure. You know, in a kitchen, there's this high pace, but now it's just sitting back, having a good glass of wine, good conversation, and enjoying a delicious meal.
As you can see, I'm still eating. So amazing. Freshness, the fruitness. And yeah, this is the chakalaka that he made for Barack Obama. So I'm telling you, mate, this is the one. This is the one. Siyabonga mfethu. Siyabonga.
The wish was become the best person you can be. He's fulfilling that. The wish was become one of the best chefs in the country, because we need black chefs to be represented so that black chefs coming through can feel the need to say, actually, that's who I want to be like.
For me, what's important is just to change your mindset, especially my fellow black brothers and sisters. You know, because food has changed so much over the last 7 to 10 years. And it's all about us revolutionizing and moving forward and putting Africa on the map. You know, and I think I'd like my footprint to be Katlego with his fellow brothers and sisters that have actually put African cuisine on the map.
And when or if Michelin stars come to South Africa, Katlego Mlambo aims to be SA's first black chef to get one. Right after this, Tamara Dey opens up on the personal losses of 2 tough years and how disco is great therapy. From her early reign as First Lady of Kwaito music through a decade of hits with Flash Republic, Tamara Dey's legacy in South African music speaks for itself. Having had a daughter, Lalabella, then come through 2 hard years for live music, she is back and working with fashion designer David Hutt on fresh new looks to match her latest releases.
I hope you don't mind, I brought a whole film crew. Hi, Insider SA. So, fashion's been a huge part of my life, probably from when I was a kid. I think I got teased when I was young because I used to wear one random feathered earring and the other kids thought I was strange. But that sort of carried on and developed into a huge passion for fashion.
And here you are today.
Yeah, so I think the relationship between fashion and music for me is just one and the same. The one can't exist without the other. Fashion has played a vital role in me being able to tell the story I'm already telling through my music. But I think what's really special about what David and I are doing is that right from inception, David and I are crafting a new look together. The music is where it begins, and we're kind of rebranding Tamara Dey, but in the most authentic way I've probably ever done it before, because he understands my vision, he understands what I want to look like, how I want to move. I want things to move on stage when I'm performing, and everything, all the pieces that he makes are specifically made for me, for stage, for the music videos. What I'm starting to see is this look coming out that is so unique to me, and that is really thrilling.
It's been fun, a lot of fun.
Tamara has long held the idea that everything is neutral until you give it meaning. So being able to use a different original track as inspiration for each look is exhilarating for both her and David.
This beautiful lime green metallic dress was inspired by Tamara's new single. So it's like quite a lot of disco, iridescence.
My new sound is really much a response to what the world's been going through. It's at the core of it is the energy of healing and escaping and transcending all the kind of tough times we've all been going through. So the first single is called Disco Therapy, and it's just that. It's the therapy you all need. And then the second single is a cover of Brenda Fussy Promises, a disco cover. I've always wanted to cover that song. Brenda is an absolute legend. I'm obsessed and always have been obsessed with her.
Miss Dey's own fans feel the same about her.
So this dress, David and I put together for my latest performance, which was at First Thursday's Street Festival on Bree Street in Cape Town. First time I played to like 2,000 people since the beginning of the pandemic, so it was an incredible performance. Felt absolutely amazing. I love the shoulder pad on the one side and sort of nothing happening on the other side. And again, all the movement and the way it kind of caught the lights. That's what we're all about, the bright, shiny lights.
But some of the greatest music comes from the toughest emotional places, as spiritual medium Cindy Kruger will attest. Tamara has lost a few people recently who she was very close to. She's been working on herself spiritually and was open to any insight Cindy might offer.
Generally, how spirit communicates with me is I don't need necessarily the book. I can do it just generally by hearing, seeing, feeling. So picture, WhatsApp, SMS, fax, emails, all at the same time. That's pretty much my gift. All my senses are raised. Ready for a read?
Yes. Oh my goodness.
You do have a gift. You're quite intuitive yourself. But I don't know if it's your mom who's more gifted or if it's you who's more gifted.
She's going to laugh when she hears you say that.
It travels down the generations.
Yep.
Because it's your mom to you to your daughter.
Wow.
I don't know if it's dreams that you guys have interpreted.
Oh, goosebumps.
But
for me, it's dreams.
Your daughter will start to see. You are like an earth angel in that you love saving people, but Tamara, you've been through a lot of trauma in your life. It hasn't always just been success.
No.
Behind the beautiful smile is a lot of tears and a lot of heartache.
Lots.
To what you've been through.
Compounding Tamara's own challenges, her mother Sue has survived criminal violence, and thankfully they've had each other for support.
After I had my daughter, I just felt like I just needed the three of us to be together. Being close together has been incredibly healing for both of us and really important. And to have her in my daughter's life and have her close to my child like that has also been like important support system for me as well.
You, your mum, are going to end up publishing a book. You know that already?
I did kind of start
knew that already.
Working on a book, yeah.
I think by helping to share the story of what happens after, the dreams, the nightmares, the panic attacks, the PTSD.
Yeah, it's really, really interesting.
And this is
so
why
excited for her to see this.
Cindy Kruger first realized she had a psychic gift at the age of 7. So she takes delight in seeing what talents Tamara's child is showing.
She's beautiful.
She's a beautiful little brain.
She's a rainbow of light.
Absolutely.
I think for someone like her, later telling a very big story of her own, she's going to change many people's lives in many different ways. She's extremely gifted. She's already this free-spirited child that just wants to scream. She loves colors.
Yes.
Raised by a mother who always offered her unwavering support in her career and personal life, Miss Dey now has an excellent blueprint for offering her own daughter the same.
Hello, my love. Hi, Bubble. Oh, there she is. How are you, my angel? Good. Hello, Mummy.
Good.
So this is my family, Sue, Lalabella, and Tamara Dey, the Days.
We're a family restaurant where families have a great space to just hang out and get in touch with each other. Today we're going to be hanging out with Lala, making some cupcakes and playing on the jungle gyms and things like that. All right, ladies, I'm going to leave you to it.
Thank you.
Cool, thank you.
Yes. All right, get in there, everybody. And then?
First this.
She wants pink first. And there's no rules in this game, hey? Would you like a butterfly, Lala?
This. And I want a ladybird and a star.
Help yourself, babe. You know, the music industry has always been like super challenging and tough, and you have to have quite a thick skin for it. I just don't think you really find out what you're truly made of until you become a parent. And that obviously filters through into everything you do. And now it's not just about me anymore. Everything is about her now.
I love my mum and Granny this time.
Oh.
Mommy likes flowers, new soap, light, and cupcakes.
Ooh.
With 3 generations under one roof, every day is an education for all concerned.
I think we've learned a lot being together. I'm so glad we had the opportunity to be 3 generations together, share space. Each generation is slightly different. You know, the way my mom was raised is slightly different to the way she raised me, slightly different to the way that I raised my child. And then there are things that I take from my mom that I will pass down to my child.
I must tell you, I'm also learning every day. I learn from Tamara. I'm learning from this little one as well. She certainly is a bright spark, and she brings so much into our lives that it's never, ever boring.
That's for sure.
Mom is a famous one because she sings beautiful. Oh my, you're my starlight and the truth. Oh my, you're gonna dance to me. Oh my, you're gonna dance to me.
Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating.
Hey, baby.
Well done, Lala, that's great.
Just as Tamara is a credit to Sue, so Lalabella and whichever wonders she achieves will be her mother's legacy. Just ahead, wearing a piece of our history is a triumph over the past, and helping young women to stay in school right through the month is an investment in our future. Few pieces of steel can be as invested with the history of a people as the lengths of Robben Island fencing in this jewelry collection. A respectful steward of this legacy and of keeping its message alive is the designer of each piece.
Hi Insider SA, my name is Charmaine Taylor from Legacy Collection. I'm the founding artist and CEO. Welcome to my studio space. I am a self-taught jeweler and artist, but I've always been creative, so I've always known what I want to create. I'm very good on the computer, so I always do technical drawings, and then I find and source local artists and jewelry workshops to do the jewelry for me. The Robben Island fencing journey started in 2009 when a fellow artist, Chris Swift, went to Robben Island, and he saw them renovating the island. And in renovating it, they had to replace the maximum security prison fencing as it was so rusted they couldn't use it anymore for tourism. So Chris was an artist that was a recycler and an upcycler, and he saw the chance to actually rescue the original fencing that was going to be placed in a landfill. So he thought this is a great storytelling opportunity to keep the legacy of Nelson Mandela alive and all of the comrades that were on Robben Island. We started doing framed artwork, which is beautiful. You can tell the story of Robben Island and our history and our past. But when you walk away from the frame, you can't take it with you. So I started creating jewelry, which is wearable art. Legacy Collection is very much a human rights upcycled, recycled brand. So people that love to wear them will be people that enjoy storytelling and creative conversations. My main concept when I started was when you're covered with love, grace and forgiveness, you transform from a broken past into something beautiful. And how much more isn't that the story of South Africa? We have these scars, but there's such beauty in it. So with my jewelry, the fencing is very rusted and very textured, and I find that is where the beauty lies, is in the brokenness.
Charmaine's mission is to create art that sparks honest, bold comment around the complex history of her homeland.
My jewelry is very much named in honor of our road to democracy as South Africans. I have items such as peace, rights, justice, mercy, and grace. I have a ring here called Resilience, which is very much about who we are, and we are very resilient as South Africans. I also have a ring that is very, very dear to my heart at this very moment, and it's about everything we went through in COVID, where sometimes we didn't allow each other to just finish a sentence, just to see how we feel. It's called Behold. I have a beautiful friend of mine and a client of mine called Thandi, and she's wearing a few of my pieces. These are my absolute favorite. These are the Now Africa earrings. They are about the resilience of Africans, and we have an unconditional pendant, and it's very amazing because Thandi means love.
That about sums up how most customers feel.
I love wearing Legacy Collection because of the story that it tells and the history that it has behind it. Because I travel so much, it's such a conversation starter because these earrings have a fencing of Robben Island. So when people are asking me about the earrings, then I can start talking about the fencing in Robben Island and where I'm from and who I am.
With every piece purchased, production manager Lene Lyons is proud that a percentage goes to both the Nelson Mandela Foundation and a small urban farming initiative.
Working with the fence is quite difficult. It is stainless steel on the inside, however, it has been tarnished from wear and tear. So we try and use those blemishes. Working with the fence every day is unique. Each piece is different, so you need to work with its vulnerability. But it's exciting. Each unique piece has different coloring, whether it's light or dark. So it's always interesting to work with.
Charmaine's latest commission is a chandelier, and then she will be promoting Mandela Month in Sweden, Northern Ireland, and London.
I'm very excited about venturing into the chandelier world, and I've got my latest artwork, which is called Redemption. And the redemption is very much about redeeming things that are lost. My favorite is that we have prescription lenses, and we have old piano tuning pins, and we have found glass. And then I've also included the Robben Island prison fencing within it.
They count some impressive names on their list of clients.
I've got incredible people like Taraji P. Henson, our very own Demi Lee Nell Peters. I've had Sean Penn, Francis Fisher, and my very favorite person that ever wore my brand and took me to Robben Island was Ahmed Kathrada. And as we were leaving the island, listening to all of his stories, I said to him, Uncle Kathy, which he's fondly named, did you ever think that you would leave this island when you arrived on it? And he touched my arm and he just said to me, my girl, you never lose hope. If you lose hope, you die. So through meeting Ahmed Kathrada, I created a chandelier called Hope, because where light is, darkness cannot be. The reason why I'm calling Legacy Collection is not only because of the legacy of Nelson Mandela and how I started the company through working with the prison fencing from Robben Island, but it's actually about creating your own legacy, like getting up in the morning and saying, what are you doing to be able to allow your life to keep running, and what are you leaving behind? So what I would like to leave behind is that I planted seeds and I was able to grow a foundation for a lot of people in South Africa to be able to create jobs and to create skills. But not only that, to keep telling stories, and about storytelling, wall art, storytelling jewelry, and storytelling art.
Building memory into our future is a way to keep moving forward while never forgetting our past. The rewards of helping others to live better are a legacy which Deborah Botolo is sharing with her colleagues, family, and the young women of her community. With the support from Capitec, she has welcomed the chance to make a real difference in the lives of others.
Hi, my name is Debra Botolo. I work at Capitec Bank, Shashanguve Crossing 91. I'm an assistant branch manager there. Today, I would like you to join me, see my life as a Capitec volunteer. I love working at Capitec Bank because it's a diverse company where you get to meet so many different people. Being it clients and colleagues, we come from different cultures. You get to learn how people live in their cultures. So it's a very diverse environment and very energetic.
I admire the passion that she has for people and helping. She's always out there to find out what our people are doing, what can she help with, what can she do for those people. And it makes her happy because we can see the energy that she brings at work daily.
Her hashtag #SheNeedsItToo project began in line with the company's drive for their staff to get involved however they see fit in the 67 Minutes for Mandela campaign.
With me having girls around the house, I decided I would take the route to donate sanitary towels to girls. So I identified a school and then I went and donated there as a once-off. When I went there, I started to interact with the girls and realized that there was a need. Because one lady stood out when she gave me her story. She never had pads in her life before. She was using school socks, and sometimes she would not go to school when it's her first 3 days of her period. So I was shattered. When I came back all the way from Brad's, I was so shattered. So I just felt the need, no, I'm not gonna stop. Capitec, they would give me a day off. This day off doesn't come out from my leave or my normal time off. It's a day off that they give for people who volunteer.
Deborah's mother has always been her hero, encouraging her to become the better version of herself. And that legacy continues with her 3 daughters, Naledi, Korapetsi, and Palesa.
At the beginning, they were so reluctant. I wanted to take them every time so that they can be the ones that give out their pets. And Naledi was so shy and she was like, oh, I want to hide under the car or something. But now they're so excited. They feel that now they're doing a difference to the community.
Here I have some nice letters that were from some students that we saw from other schools.
This one say, thank you for the love and kindness you have given to us. My school days are now normal, even when I'm on my period. My family, my school, and I are thankful for your love.
Thank you very much for being the person you are. Protecting us means a lot for us. You are really the best. I would love to thank you for your support. I wish God must bless you. We will never forget you. I love you.
I'm in a way leaving a legacy to my girls. They now have learned the importance of giving back. They now understand that it's very important to share whatever that you have with someone else in need.
Growing up as an only daughter with 5 brothers, Deborah is acutely aware of the need to help young girls navigate adolescence.
We are now at Dimabo Primary School in Bethany, Far Bratz. This is the area where I grew up at, so I thought it would be nice to go back and give back to the community where I grew up.
Kids in the city, they don't know what these kids are going through. What they take for granted, for them it's a means of survival. Most of them battle with day-to-day basic needs. So issues like pets come as secondary things to them. We did not go out and seek help from Deborah. She just chose us. She honestly have provided for us on a constant basis, and her efforts cannot go unnoticed.
Deborah handing out these package is very amazing, and it shows me that there are people out there who are really caring and loving.
Handing these packages to the girls makes me feel happy. It gives me a purpose that I was able to change another girl's life. It cannot be everyone, but that little one can make a difference.
The effect of this quiet, simple act of consideration and kindness is sure to echo with every one of the young women who are feeling the benefits, so they in turn may grow up to do the same. Still to come, 5.9 million followers on TikTok tell content creator Karl Kugelmann his message is getting through.
Sponsored by Capitec. Simplify banking. Live better.
.9 million TikTok followers at the age of 25 and without any media or publicity machine behind him. This is the extraordinary legacy of surfer, model and amateur DJ Karl Kugelmann, achieved in just over 2 years.
Good morning, the Inside SA. My name's Karl. We're currently in Bloberg, and yeah, welcome inside. I started TikTok in 2019 after I came back from a modeling trip in Hong Kong. And a friend of mine said, you should join this app called TikTok. And there's a friend of hers that was building a big following, and a following is needed in the modeling industry, and it benefits you in booking other jobs. And that's why I started TikTok, and it worked out pretty well for me, so.
Bringing an audience of almost 6 million to a campaign makes you a pretty attractive choice.
I started by doing impersonations on TikTok, mostly of a Vampire Diaries actor, Ian Somerhalder, and that worked out pretty well for me and helped me build the following that I have today. The one thing I realized about social media is that it definitely is mentally draining, and for a big period of my life I was focusing too much on social media and not on my mental health or my self-care. After I realized that, I knew that I needed to focus more on myself and not what other people were going to think of the videos that I was creating, and rather if I thought the video was good enough, then that video was good enough.
Raised in the surf culture of Melkbos, Karl always leaned toward a healthy lifestyle.
I usually start my day with a chocolate smoothie. So I'll add a bit of organic cacao powder, honey for sweetness in the smoothie. I really enjoy peanut butter. And then frozen bananas. I prefer a colder smoothie than a warmer one. And then an alternative to dairy milk is usually oat milk or almond milk that I use, and then muesli to finish it off.
Ask him what's on his mind these days, and chances are he'll have a beat playing inside his head. A fan of festivals, he now aims to be more on the decks than in the crowd.
Music has always been a big part of my life, and I like to start my day playing music that gives me a lot of energy, and hopefully one day I'll be able to share that energy with other people and play for people in my local town.
Even when modeling gigs were few, traveling and surfing Asia and Australia was bliss.
I grew up surfing from the age of 5, being close to the water all my life. My dad actually got me into surfing, kiteboarding, pretty much every sport that I do. And without him, I wouldn't be the waterman that I am today.
With the pressure to maintain and grow his TikTok following demanding a lot of attention, Karl needs a release.
When the social media game gets a little bit too much and I'm in my head, I feel like coming to this beach calms me down. I can be in my own thoughts and go into the ocean and feel that natural energy that I need to get out of a bad headspace. Being in the limelight can be quite intimidating, and I find that having a strong support system like my family and my friends has been very important throughout my career. And I also appreciate how my friends have treated me no differently now than they would have 5 years ago. And that just shows how genuine they are, and I want to be as genuine as I was back then to them now.
Of his circle, Ethan Nell has been a fail-safe friend through extraordinary changes in his life.
It's a pretty misty day at the beach today, but we decided to take the subs out. We had the idea to kiteboard, but the subs will have to do. So I've invited my best friend along here of 12 years, Ethan, and yeah, we're gonna have a little session together. Should be fun.
Constantly competing for modeling campaigns is not a basis for making enduring friendships, but luckily, Karl has that.
So we've been friends for 13 years now. It's been quite an odd journey going through his social media journey and career with him, being his best mate and knowing him before social media and how famous he is now. But I've just gotten so used to it, and I mean, he gets noticed pretty much everywhere we go, even in the places that we wouldn't have imagined. But it's just become so normal, and he truly is such a mate. And we've definitely had our ups and downs, some big downs, but we've sorted through them. So just excited to see how his journey carries on.
Oh man, Really good to be in the ocean, but I'm glad I'm out. It is freezing. Probably should have put some wetsuits on, but I think we're going to warm up at the skate park. So, let's go.
It is almost impossible to square the two worlds of mates hanging out at the skate park with the high-profile fragrance campaigns Karl is now known for. But this is how he keeps it real.
Some of Ethan's best qualities that I can name off the top of my head right now, I mean, as you can see, this guy's always smiling. He's a sunny boy, and he's always happy and vibrant, and that, you know, that affects me, and his energy transfers over to mine, and it elevates me throughout the day. So whenever I'm with him, like, I'm having a good time. I'm never really bummed out. Another awesome quality that Ethan has is he's very genuine. I always know what's going on. There's no ulterior motive with him, and so surrounding myself with people like that will keep me grounded and make me a better person. So those are the people I want in my life.
If he can extend that to creating an enduring bond with even a fraction of his millions of followers, that will be some legacy for Karl Kugelmann. Get more of the Insider SA online. Follow, connect, engage, and be inspired to live better with the Insider SA. Watch the show Monday evenings at 5:30. Repeat Saturday at 1 on S3.